Hello! 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 Hello, and welcome to Mr. Walkington's World. Oh yeah, I don't know the theme song yet. Moving swiftly on.
Welcome back to another tutorial. So, this one has been a request, or it's been requested that I show you how to draw a bee, which is good, it's pretty seasonal as well. So, I didn't want to just do one tutorial because I was a little bit worried that I'd either make it too easy, or too hard, or too cartoony, or not realistic enough. So I've broken it down into 3 separate mini tutorials within this video. So the first bee we're going to learn to draw is going to be slightly easier and a little bit more cartoony and a little bit more fun. The second one is going to be a little bit more realistic and is going to be an above view of the bee. And then the third one is going to be the hardest one, and it's going to be the most realistic one, which is going to be from the side, and it's also going to be a little bit 3D, so that's going to be a slightly trickier one to do. So yeah, I'm going to get started. Let's have a look at drawing a bee. So this first one is going to be probably the simplest and slightly more cartoony than the other 2 that we're going to look at drawing. So this first one, you can start by drawing a circle. So this is going to be the head. So however big you want your bee to be is going to be decided by how big this head is. So you can draw a circle, remembering to use soft lines so that we can rub them out if we want to, or if we make a mistake. And that's going to be my head shape. And we're going to split the body into 3 parts. So the next part of the body is essentially another circle just off to the side. If you want to draw the whole circle, you can, like this. That's in the next part of the body. And the last part is going to be the biggest part, and this is going to be more of an egg shape. So this is going to go like this. It's going to be about the same size as these 2 pieces put together. So go right the way around. Again, I'm using little soft lines all the way around. I'm going to join it up to there. Again, I can go all the way around just to show you that I have the egg shape. That's going to be our egg shape there. And that is going to be our basic shape of our body. So I'm going to get my rubber and rub out the lines we don't need. So I'm going to rub out this line here, because that's going to be the front of the face. And I'm also going to rub out the top part of our sort of egg shape. And I'm just going to go over those lines to kind of rub them out a little bit by accident. And there we go. So that's going to be our bee's body. It's looking pretty good. So then we're going to go in, and I think we're going to go in with the eyes next. So I'm going to do quite cartoony eyes, just to make it a little bit more fun, as this is our easier drawing. So I'm going to go in and do 2 quite large egg-shaped eyes. This one, the other one. I'm going to try and make it the same size. Again, I'm doing soft lines. They look a little bit darker because I'm actually using a 2B, so I'm actually using a sketching pencil, which is why the lines look darker, but they're not. I'm not pressing any harder, I should say. There, give me my 2 eyes, and I'm going to put a bit of a cartoony smiley mouth on it, like so. Next thing we're going to go in with is we're going to have a look at the tentacles at the top. So these, super simple to do. We're going to go out from above this side, we're going to go up, and then we're going to just put a little bend in it. And on the end, I'm just going to draw a little circle. And then we're going to do another one
try and make them the same length, and the circles roughly the same size. Make those a bit thicker if you wanted, because I'm just doing a quick sketch as it is. And inside our eyes, we're going to do the middle of our eyes. So we're going to draw a slightly smaller circle, or actually it's a bit more of an egg shape in there, and then finally one more little circle in there. Awesome. Right, let's quickly go over those eyes. You have to excuse me because I've seemed to have lost my voice a little bit. So we've got our head, we've got our body, done our eyes and our mouth, and now we're going to move on to doing our wings. So the wings, obviously there's two, and the first one I'm going to do is the one that should be on the side. So I'm going to start where our two parts of our body meet here, and I'm going to draw a curved line coming out. This is almost going to be, in fact this might be an easy way to show it, it's almost going to be a triangle. I'm going to draw a triangle first, so it's going to go like that, and then like that, and then like that. So that's how our first wing is going to start, and our second one we're going to go over the top, and we're going to go and draw another triangle. Like that. Obviously a bee's wings aren't triangles, but they're roughly the same shape. So that's why we started with those. So what I'm going to do now is on these sharp corners, I'm going to curve them. So I'm just going to get rid of that corner like that. Nice and easy. Get rid of that corner. Just go over the lines. And I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm just going to curve that corner. Again, the more you practice drawing curves and the more you practice drawing circles, the better you will get at making nice curves like this.
Hey, what singer do bees like to listen to? Beyonce. Get it? Beyonce? Okay.
And our next step is going to be putting our legs on it. Now I'm not going to do some super detailed legs because they're quite thin and quite fine, so I'm going to put 8 legs on. And my first 2 legs are going to come out from this part of the body. And all I'm going to do is just draw a couple of little curved lines coming out like that. 2 there, and then 2 coming out of this next part of our body here. Try and make them all roughly the same length and size. And then 2 more, just a little bit lower, like so. And they're going to be our legs. Smudge mine a little bit with my hand, but that's fine. And we also need to add our stripes. Everyone knows bees are stripy. So we need to try and make sure we do our stripes the correct way, so curve them the right way, otherwise it makes it look really flat and it doesn't look correct. So our curves should go, our stripes curves should follow this line here. So it should be curved like this. I'm going to draw one there, and you see I am following this line but just leaving a gap. So that's going to be one of my stripes. And I'm going to do the same again. It's going to be another of my stripes. Same again. Another stripe. And then one more. And you can put as many stripes as you like on it. You can put as little as you like. And this part, when I do colour it in, or if I do colour it in or paint it, this bit would be black. So this bit would be black, this bit would be yellow, and then these would be black and yellow stripes. My last little detail I'm going to put on is I'm just going to put a little stinger on. And all that's going to be is just a little simple triangle. Easy peasy, you can make it as sharp as you want, you can make it as long as you want. And I'm just going to go over the lines. So I've smudged them a little bit with my hand as I've been drawing. And there we have our first and simplest bee. Okay, so this second bee we're going to look at drawing is going to be a bee as if you were looking from the top of it, so looking at its back and the top of its head. So the way we start this one is again with a circle of sorts. This is probably more of an egg shape actually. So starting with a nice kind of egg or potato shape, whatever you want to call it, like that. And then similar to this one, we're going to have another circle here, which is going to be another part of the body, like so. And again, it's overlapping there. I'll do the same again. So you draw a full circle. We're going to come back and rub out that line, so don't worry about that. Draw a full circle. And then down here, we are going to draw a much longer shape. Now this is going to start as an egg, and we're going to sort of change it. So I would make this part probably twice as long as this part. So I just tend to use my fingers, so I'll measure that, and I know that's going to be 1, so I'm going to go 1, 2. So I'm going to make it go to about there. 2 might be slightly too, maybe just a little bit less than 2. So go to 2 and then take away a little bit. So maybe 1.5. So 1. That'll do. But you make it as long as you would like. And I'm also going to draw a line up just so I can see where to draw my shape. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to try and keep it roughly the same width. It's going to go a little bit wider, and I'm going to draw a nice egg shape here. Like that. Now, this is probably the trickiest part of this bee to draw, because you need to try and get this bit right, because it'll make the rest of it look a lot better. It might look a little bit odd if you don't get this bit right. So I think that's about right. And then what we're going to do is at the end, where it would go to the stinger, we're just going to draw. We're just going to carry on that line and draw like a little triangle at the bottom, a bit like we did in the other one. So we're going to draw another triangle, and we're just going to go over these lines again and lead them back into the top part of the body. Made that quite long, but hopefully it's going to look okay. Like so, and then we're going to come back in with the rubber now, and we're going to get rid of the lines we don't need. So don't want those lines, because that isn't part of the body, and we don't need those lines. And by getting rid of these lines after overlapping the shapes, that's what makes it look a bit more 3D. We need to get rid of that because we don't need that either. And the line down the middle, we can also get rid of that. So that's going to be the basic shape of our bee's body. So similar to this one, but from the top. So the next step is I'm going to put where the eyes would be. So I'm not going to put cartoony eyes on like that. I'm going to keep it simple and do basically 2 semicircles in a way. One on either side to be the eyes, because this one's going to be a slightly more sort of scientific drawing almost. drawing, like that. And I think the next thing we're going to do is look at the wings. So the wings, again, they're going to be triangles basically. So we're going to start with a triangle shape and we're going to work from that. So you want your wings to come out where the middle, basically the middle, or just above the middle of this circle here. So this part of our body, we're going to have it come out there, and I would mark on both sides where the wing's going to come out. It maybe even draw a line right across like that, because then you know they're in line, and you can carry on that line because that is where your wing is going to be. So draw a line straight across like that, and that's where your two wings are going to go. And the way we're going to decide how long your wings are is, I'm going to do it again with my fingers. I would like my wing here to be about as long as the bottom part of my body, so from here to here. So I'm just going to measure it with my fingers, or you can use your pencil, it's a good trick, but I'm going to measure it with my fingers. I'm going to go there to there. I'm just going to roughly say, yep, my wing's going to go to about there, and I want about the same to there. Luckily it doesn't quite go into my other B. So that's going to be what we call our wingspan, so that's going to be how wide our wings are going to be. Perfect. And now we're going to look at making the shape. So this is our top line of our wing, that's going to stay as it is. Now we're going to work out how to draw our wings. So the triangle is going to start from the middle here, and it's going to go down here and then up to here. So if you start here and draw a line as if you're heading for the tail. So you can start here, and I'm going to draw a line as if I'm heading for the tail. And I'm going to stop when I get to there. And I'm going to do, I'll do them both at the same time, so I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just going to draw a line as if I'm heading for the tail. If you're struggling, you could use a ruler, that might help you. About right. And you're going to do the same, you're going to do a similar thing from here. So this is the point where you're going to start from. But to work out where we're aiming here, it's a slightly trickier thing to do. So all we're going to do is we're going to find roughly halfway between here and here. I'm just going to say it's there. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, I'm going to do the same on the other side, probably about there. And then we're going to draw a straight line from here in the centre to the line we've just drawn on the edge of the wing. So we're going to go from here to there. And the same on the other side. Now our wings don't have to be completely symmetrical, it's not the end of the world if they're not, because you know, if you look at a bee, no two bees are ever going to look the same, and you won't find a bee whose wings are completely symmetrical. It won't happen because they're natural. So, next step is making these wings look a little bit more wing-like really, because at the moment they're like triangles. So what we're going to do that is, at these corners, once again, like in our first beat, we're going to make them curved. So what we're going to do is go along this line, and then at the end here, we're going to curve it, because we don't want that sharp point. We're going to curve it, and then we're going to come down to this one, and again, you guessed it, we're going to curve it. We're going to get rid of that corner, we don't want it. We don't want that corner. We're just going to curve it, and then this line's going to follow all the way back up to our body. And that's going to be one of our wings, and I'm just going to do exactly the same very quickly on this side. Follow this line, at this end you're going to curve it. Same again. And follow this line down until we get to here, and we're going to curve it again. Go up to the body. Now we have our two wings. We're going to go in with our rubber now and get rid of the lines we don't need. So these extra bits on the corner, don't want those. Don't want those. Don't want those those lines that we started with. Same on this side. Now, quite often when you do go in with your rubber and you're trying to get rid of the edges, you might, I'll show you, you might end up rubbing out your corner by accident, which is a little bit annoying, but you can always still see it a little bit, so all you need to do is just go over it again. Not a problem. Because it's better to make sure that this bit isn't here, this sharp corner, and then have to redo that. That's not a problem. Don't need the middle anymore, so we're going to rub out where we found the middle. So that's not important anymore. So let's get rid of that. And again, the lines that you've accidentally rubbed out, you can just go over them again. Make sure you know where they are. So, we've got wings, we've got our body, we've got our eyes. So there's only a couple of things left for us to actually do on this one. So we're going to do the antennae. I'm not going to make these too fancy. I'm just going to go start from here. One's going to go out like that. I'm going to make it a bit thicker. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. And all we're trying to do, we're just trying to make them as symmetrical as possible. So, roughly the same. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're going to go in with the legs. So the first leg's going to come out just between the head and this wing. It's about here. And it's going to curve up until it's just past the head. And then it's going to go, change direction and go out. Up, out. And we're going to do the same, we're going to make it thick because we don't want it to be too thin. Up and out, and just curve the end of it. And the same on both sides. This might be tricky for me to get them both symmetrical. Up, and out. To there. And out. Not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with that. We should leave that like that. And then our second arm is going to be similar to this one, apart from you need to imagine that it's starting here in the middle of the wing. And if it helps, you can just draw it from the middle of the wing to there, out again, to there, out again, and then just go back in with your rubber and get rid of that bit because it should be behind the wing. That's an easy way of doing it, so draw it, then just rub out over the wing, or you can just follow this with the other leg like so, and just not guess but just kind of copy and guess-ish where it would come out. That looks alright to me. So we've got another leg, and then we need to have two slightly longer legs coming out from just between this wing and the bottom half of the body. Now I've just realised that that gap isn't quite right, so I'm just going to change that. This piece here on mine isn't in the right place, so I'm just changing that quickly. Slightly better. And now our leg is going to come out from here. So you're going to start in between and you're going to aim to go out like that until you're about halfway between here and here. And then you're going to put almost like a foot on it. Like that. Not perfect, but it's okay. And we're going to do the same on this side. Down to here. Again, I'm using soft lines because then if I need to rub it out, it's super easy to rub out. And I shouldn't be able to see it after I've rubbed it out. Awesome. So, got all our arms, got our antennae, eyes, our body, our wings. Just need to put some stripes next to show that it's a bee. So Same as we did on this one here. So we're going to follow this curve here to do our stripes. So this curve, and I'm going to do one there. Gap. One there. Leave another gap. One there. And I'm going to do one last one there. And just make this a bit pointy. And I think that is just about finished.
Right then, so that's the end of this tutorial. Hopefully you've enjoyed learning how to draw a bee, and whether or not you've drawn the first one, the second one, or the third one, or you might even have drawn all of them. Hopefully you've learned something new and you've had fun having a go at drawing some bees. Now, if you have had a go at doing a bee and you'd like to show me it, you could ask your parents to email it to me. There's an email address at the bottom, or you could ask them to send me a message with it in, and that would be wonderful because I love seeing everyone's drawings. If you've got any suggestions, once again, if you'd ask your parents, they could send me a message with your suggestions for tutorials, and as soon as I can, I'll get to it and get it uploaded. So, until next time, keep on crafting.